Hey, what's up, guys? This is EO Speaks back again with another video. This is just a discussion video that I wanted to talk about and get some insight on my thoughts about what's going on as regards to sports overall. I wanted to title this video is Wokeness Killing Sports. Now, as you know, with all the craziness that's been going on in the world, not just the United States but all around, is wokeness killing sports. We've talked about this from past the 2010s of the decade, ever since the Trayvon Martin shooting and to other killings and police brutality. There's a bunch of racial tension that's basically going on in the United States that's been causing tension, and certain athletes or political figures are voicing their opinions, giving their take on the situation, and they're blurring the lines between sports and politics, and certain people don't like it too much. My personal opinion is, I think when it comes to politics and sports, I think it should be separate. I don't particularly like my athletes talking about politics. Not that they shouldn't, because I'm just a person. They're gonna do whatever they want to do, but I feel like they shouldn't, because if you are gonna delve into that realm of politics, you better know what you're talking about, and you better be well informed in what you're talking about, because that politics game, they're gonna eat you alive in there. And if you have any type of dirt on you or skeletons behind the closet, they will dig it up and expose you to situations like that. But overall, it's just the inundated push of Black Lives Matter and other propaganda media tactic that they use to promote LGBT and a whole bunch of other stuff to push on particularly the black people. Is kind of like getting to a point where people are getting sick and tired of it. Like, for instance, last year with the NBA bubble tournament, what they did with the Black Lives Matter, all the t-shirts of the killings that happened last year, all the names of the people who got murdered by police brutality or killed by a white person or some type of fashion. And it kind of turned off and rubbed people the wrong way with that. There is a racial divide that's going on, but I feel like it's beginning to get really, really toxic to the point where people are not even watching the NBA games or sports games overall, if they're going to continue to push this type of propaganda to the people. And it's to a point where they do things to make and generate money, so you have to cater to your fan base and do what they want, so that way you can continue generating money and succeed and strive. But it's like they're pushing this type of agenda to their detriment, so where people are not watching the games, the TV ratings are dropping like crazy, and the NBA is losing money. And it's like they're still continuing to push it. Now the NBA has laid back a little bit on it, but they're still pushing their Marxist propaganda to the masses, and people are not going for it. They've been doing other things where they're trying to promote people giving up their guns. People are not going to do that. They're trying to promote LGBT and stuff like that. People are not really going to go for that too much. They're trying to push political Democratic Party figures in there. The person that's leading the way with that is LeBron James, and right now he's in hot water right now because of the situation with the police officer and him doxing that police officer on Twitter, saying that you're next, #accountability. So he's kind of in trouble with that. And then on top of that, a couple of years ago, he got in hot water with the China situation, with the Daryl Morey tweet, with the situation going on in Hong Kong. So it's best to understand that these propaganda that's going on with the Democratic Party are being pushed on the masses. They're being pushed by certain people like LeBron James, because is in his best interest with him and Nike to keep on doing that, promoting this propaganda to the masses in their own type of way because, they benefit from it financially in some type of way. But overall, the wokeness is killing sports. That's what I think. I feel like they should separate politics from sports and just let it be from back in the days where, if you want to watch CNN to gain insight on what's going on in the political world, then you do that. And if you want to watch everything that's going on in the sports world, you turn into Sports Center and you do that. And, let the two be. But now that they merged the two together, it's just a whole racial mess. It's like every time a racial situation happens, it's like Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman, Skip Bayless, and Shannon Sharp has to talk about it, and they'll go on a segment block talking about that particular subject. It has nothing to do with sports at all, but because the athletes are voicing their opinions about it on Twitter, on Instagram, then it leads as a segue for them to be able to talk about it. And some people care in their own way, but some people don't care because when they're going to watch a sports debate show, they want to actually talk about sports. And when you bring up these type of topic, it kind of pushes them away from like viewing. And race is that's race hustling is a big business. And sports media is like Undisputed and First Take. They're gonna push that race hustle in order to gain viewers and talk about it. So that's another situation where I feel like wokeness is killing the NBA. Other issues with police brutality, with the Ray Rice situation, and other things like that, they're also being pushed on the masses. Where whenever a black person does something, you're going to get 24-hour coverage. It has nothing to do with sports overall, but because an athlete is implicated, it's going to be broadcast. And the same thing with the Deshaun Watson situation that's going on with him and Houston Texans. That's another situation. It's just a whole, a lot of mess going on. But me personally, I just not a fan of it at all. I feel like with them pushing their Marxist propaganda is just making sports unbearable to watch. The NBA already right now with a plethora of injuries that's going on right now, nobody is making the regular season less watchable at this point. But because people are taking a stand with go woke, go broke hashtag, people are not watching the games. People are not watching baseball. People are not really watching the NFL like that because of the things that's going on. And you already know with the NFL, with Colin Kaepernick, what he did in 2016, that rubbed a lot of people away with him kneeling for the flag. And people are saying that they weren't going to watch NFL games and stuff like that. But I see it as what's the end game? Because so far it's been, since the Colin Kaepernick thing happened, it's been almost 5-6 years and nothing has changed. It's still the same thing going on. So I think there needs to be some type of change to where something could happen that's going to be beneficial for everyone. But that's just idealistic for me to think that way. But so far, I just not sure what's going on with all these shootings and killings going on. There's probably an underlying issue that I might not know about, but so far I just think that the two should not be apart when it comes to people being woke. I probably do think some of these athletes are genuine, but majority of athletes I do think are frauds, like LeBron James, other people that's associated with him don't really believe in the cause. They're just doing that because that's just the easy thing to do, is to victim blame and promote fear mongering online so to get people scared. And LeBron James has a big following, so that when he put out those things that we're scared walking outside because the police could shoot us, that's a dangerous tweet to put out because you're basically fear mongering, even though you live in a mansion with security guards and stuff like that where they're going to protect you and your family. So for you to put out a tweet like that is kind of idiotic and ignorant. But LeBron James is not the smartest guy in the tool shed, so I don't expect too much intelligence out of him. But guys like him are frauds. They're backed by a corporation and they're backed by the Democratic Party. So he's just towing the line and pushing the agenda on the behalf of them. So you can't really take him seriously. But as regards to that situation, Those are my thoughts and opinions on the matter. Let me know yours down in the comment section down below. This is Ito Speaks Out.